31 message coming in on secured channel.
Lieutenant Hawk, set a course for Earth.
Aye, sir.
Maximum warp. Report!
Main power's offline. We've lost shields. Our weapons are gone.
Perhaps today is a good day to die. Prepare for running speed!
Sir, there's another starship coming in.
It's the Josh Zodiac Podcast. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the greatest podcast you've never heard of. That is, of course, the Josh Zodiac Podcast, the podcast with no agenda and no real script, as far as you know. This is the podcast that cannot wait for episode 3 of Star Wars to be re-released in theaters so I can geek out with a bunch of Star Wars nerds right here in beautiful Idaho. But I'd rather be doing it in Texas. Couple of things I want to do before I get to the meat and potatoes of the show. The show, which we filmed last weekend, which was the 5th of April, which was First Contact Day for all you nerds out there. I had Scuba Steve and Ben DeLeon on the show. I haven't had them on the show in a while, so I did kind of a catch up, see what's going on in their lives as well as mine, and just kind of. And like always, we always get off track, but that's what makes having them on so much fun, is that we just have a lot to say and we have such great chemistry, which is why we worked well in commentary and all content entertainment. But before we get to that, I do want to send out some feelers, and those of you that do follow the show, I want you to reach out. My brother, there's 3 boys in my family, myself, my brother JP, and my brother Ben. My brother JP has recently started his own podcast, seeing what I've been doing. He's doing his own thing. He's not riding on the coattails or nothing like that. But he has his own YouTube page called The Repeat Movie Viewer, just the way it sounds. And his particular podcast is called the Psycho Nerd Podcast. For those of you that know him, know that's not too far from the truth. He is pretty psycho and he is pretty fucking nerdy. But he's my brother, so if you say he's psycho, I'll fucking kick your ass. Give him a follow. Like and a follow. Again, repeat movie viewer. He hasn't done many videos yet, but he is working on content. He wants to do, of course, the wrestling thing like I do. He'll also be doing movies, and he's a big game nerd, way bigger than I ever was. So, and he's more into the whole classical games as well. So go ahead and give him a like and a follow on there. I know he's got more information coming out. I will try to put that information in the summary of this episode when I put it up on Spotify and YouTube. Looking at my logistics on YouTube, not so much on Spotify, but I noticed that of the 100% of people that watch my episode, or that listen to the episode of my podcast, that over 66% of y'all are not subscribed. 33% of y'all are. Thank you. Love you. But if you're listening and not subscribed, come on. Click the subscribe button. What does it hurt? It's free. Don't hurt nobody. I'm not getting anything out of it except an algorithm that puts my episode out to more people. And I like to think I'm putting out decent content, If I'm not, I've gotten no email telling me otherwise. So, it is what it is. But that being said, go ahead, like, subscribe, and follow the Josh Zodiac Podcast. You can actually Google the Josh Zodiac Podcast. It'll take you to Spotify, Apple Podcast, as well as YouTube. Those are the big 3. Go there. Supporting both Ben and Scuba's podcast. Of course, the Recycled Corn podcast. You can find that on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. And Scuba's podcast, which he says he's working on new episodes. That would be the Somewhat Supernatural. He does more of obviously the supernatural stuff. Ben and Scuba do their thing, they just talk about whatever they want to talk. It's like Seinfeld, but a podcast. It's fun to listen to. But give everyone that I've talked to or talked about a follow, like, and subscribe. And again, also my page as well. If you're following me on Facebook or any of the areas where you can listen to my podcast, I want to say thank you. If you're not subscribed, please do so. I would appreciate it. Also, if you have any questions, concerns, or ideas that you would like me to talk about, because I'd like to talk about not just wrestling, but we've got the summer movie season coming up. We got a whole bunch of badass movies coming out. We'll be doing reviews of those. Or I don't care. If you have a topic you want me to talk about that's not political or religious, those are the two areas I will not talk about. Just email the show at thejoshzodiacpodcast@gmail.com. I have yet to get an email from anybody. I would love to get one from you. But again, this is going to be episode 34, catching up with Scuba Steve and Mr. Ben DeLeon. Stick around. We'll get to that here momentarily.
This is audio only?
Of course. Do you really think I'd be recording looking like this? I look like complete ass right now. I haven't showered. I haven't showered today. I haven't shaved in a week and a half. I look tired.
Try to say something about homeless. You look homeless, but that would be an insult to homeless people.
Wow.
Yeah, they smell a lot better.
Damn. What the fuck?
You're in Idaho or whatever. I can smell you over here.
It's
Idaho, Idaho.
Wow. You're in Idaho, Idaho. That's so original. So funny. Anyway, I'm not going to edit any of that out, by the way. So.
Oh, that was in the. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had already hit record. So, yeah.
The abuse of your podcast host, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, you know what? I do enjoy a good roast, especially with potatoes and carrots and shit. So, hold on.
Tacos.
Hold on. Where is it? Where is that fucking... You know what? I don't care. The fucking... There. Fuck the rim shot. Anyway, everybody, this is the Josh Zodiac podcast. I, of course, am your host, the Josh Zodiac. What the fuck was that?
I don't know. That's what he said. What the fuck was that?
What's that noise in the back? Sound like a baby.
There's people talking.
Sounded like a baby. But as I introduce you two gentlemen to the show, there is something I've been wanting to do since the mid-90s. Ben, you may know what I'm talking about. Back when it was fun to watch basketball, especially if you were a Chicago Bulls fan. That being said, can y'all hear the music?
No.
That's okay, because you'll hear it when you listen to it later. And now, my guest on this episode of the Josh Zodiac Podcast. Introducing first, from Corpus Christi, Texas. He is the host and co-creator of the Recycled Corn Podcast, Mr. Sir Benjamin DeLeon. And last but not least, from Robstown, Texas.
Ew.
Whatever. He is your San Juan hustler and the creator of the Somewhat Supernatural podcast, and also the assistant on the Recycled Corn podcast. Former VJ at Molly's, because he's a fucking quitter. None other than Lord Scuba Cabra.
Thank you. Hold your applause. I don't need the applause. Thank you. Yeah, so quick rewind real quick. Check the settings on your mic.
Why? Again?
Because it does not sound like you're coming out of your Rode mic.
God damn it, is it doing that again? Nope. Oh, you know what? I know why. How about now?
Now you
There
sound
you go.
better.
Yeah, I had the volume turned down. That's okay.
Fucking rookie. You roadcaster rookie? What kind of a podcast am I on right now?
At least mine worked the first time I bought it.
Oh.
Ooh, you little bitch.
No, I like the way you say co-creator of the Recycled Corn Podcast. Like, I created that.
Well, I did call him the assistant, so, you
First
know.
of all, you can go fuck yourself. I'm no.
You say that every time, but yet I do it anyway.
Man, whatever.
You know.
It was funny because I ran into Jesus from the Corpus Christi Originals.
Oh, you mean the hat that I'm wearing right
Corpitos.
now?
The shirt that I was wearing yesterday.
The shirt that I have in my car that I haven't gotten down yet.
When I met his wife, I was like, "Oh, hi, I'm Ben." She goes, "Oh, from Recycled Corn." He's like, "Yeah, so you're Scuba's boss. He's your son, right?"
You're fucking lying.
Ask him. I swear.
Oh, dude. Bullshit. Bullshit. Work for no one.
Yeah, you do. You work for a company that does stuff for the veterans. Come on now.
That's right. I forget.
Yeah. Anyway, the purpose of this is because we haven't been on the air together in quite some time. I've kind of been took y'all's advice and been doing my own thing on my own and been getting guests on the show, going more towards the WWE side and leaning away from the pop culture side, and been doing pretty good. So, but this is more of a catch up between you two gentlemen because, like I said, we haven't been on the air together in quite some time, and I'm actually going to start with Lord, what does that say? Scumus Prime. Oh, too bad he might die later, so that's okay.
It's all right. I'll come back.
Oh, before I talk to you, I did notice something on my Transformers the movie poster that there is none of the original Generation 1 Transformers. It's all the new people from the movie. That should have been a huge clue that they were all fucking dying.
I've never even realized that.
Yeah, I go and look at it. I took it down the other day because I was cleaning, and I looked at it and I went, dude, this is all the new motherfuckers.
Quick Google search.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Look at it. It's got, ultra.
Wow.
It even has Rodimus Prime. It's a fucking spoiler alert filled poster. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Mind is blown right now.
RC. It's got RC.
It's got Blur.
Yes.
Rodimus Prime. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. And it's
Yeah,
got
but you know
all.
what? As a kid, and I guess because fucking Ultra Magnus looks so much like Optimus,
Yeah.
you don't even really put two and two together.
Because you're stupid when you're that old. And, it's Optimus Prime. No, it's
Hey, to be
fucking
fair,
Ultra
I'm
Magnus.
stupid now. So.
But see, y'all got to remember too, I was way younger than y'all when I watched.
You know
this movie.
what?
This
You
movie
brought
came out
that up in the
87.
fucking live stream. Go
I was
fuck
5
yourself.
years old in 1987. So, for me, it's just colors. It's colors. It's Transformers. Awesome. I didn't pay that close attention. It's not my fault, y'all.
Yeah, fuck you. Anyway, that little side note. What's new with you, Mr. Scuba?
Well, you pretty much said what was new with me when you gave me my fucking pretty shitty introduction. I quit Molly's. Yeah, man, it was time. It was time. So the reason that I gave them that I quit was kind of a bullshit reason. I told them, not really, because it is what I want to do. I want to focus more on my voice acting and on my other projects. I could have done that 100% still working at Molly's.
Of course.
No big deal. The reality of the situation was I went back to Molly's to try to change the ghetto vibe that was there, to try to revive the old days of Molly's, which I call the golden era of Molly's, where things were fun. It didn't matter who you were. You could go in there and have a blast.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me, I think I went back at the end November of last year. I think it was November, September of last year, is when I went back. And it took me this long to realize, you know what? There's nothing I can do by myself to change that, to change the clientele, because the other two DJs cater to the clientele that makes that bar as ghetto as it is.
Yeah.
So
Who are the
I
other two
could not-
DJs, by the way?
Andrew, well, DJ Brightside, aka Andrew,
Yeah.
and Dro. I don't know what Dro goes. I think he just goes by Dro.
Okay.
And nothing against the two guys. I mean, they do what they do, but they cater to a group of people that they're comfortable with.
Yeah.
I'm not comfortable with that element of people.
Yeah, I get that.
I remember, and the thing is neither of them worked at Molly's when Molly's was Molly's.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, and so I was trying to bring back the feeling of the way it felt when Donnie owned it, where it was fun. You could walk in and it wasn't always ghetto ass fucking music playing.
Yeah.
You walk in there now, 99% of the time, if somebody's not singing a song, you're gonna hear some ghetto ass hood rat bullshit that I don't want to fucking hear. And
Yeah.
maybe I've just turned into a grumpy old man. I don't want to hear that bullshit. I don't want to hear fucking Sexy Red or fucking, Zero or any of that fucking ghetto bullshit. I don't want to hear that when I go out. It doesn't make me feel safe at a location to go and hang out in that element of people. So it was time for me to stay my ass home, focus on what I want to do, and chill with my daughter and play video games and look up, voice acting gigs and just do what I want to do. Now, yeah, I took a loss, in money and stuff, but it's fine. I'm not worried about it because I didn't need that job to be okay financially.
Yeah.
I'm great financially. You know what I mean? I
Bragger.
my day job pays me really good, so I'm good. Mel makes way more money than I do, which is great. And she's like, I wanted you to go back so that you could see the Molly's that lives in your head no longer exists.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? And she was right. She was right. But I had to see it for myself. There was nothing that nobody could say to get me to the point that I got to. I needed to witness it for myself. So while I did post on April Fool's Day, I posted the post. Everybody thought I was joking, but it just felt like the right time to post it. So I posted it with people not knowing that it had already been a month that I walked away.
Yeah.
And so the reason I didn't make a big spectacle of it and didn't fucking make this, dramatic exit or have a farewell party, because I knew I was done. I knew I was done with that location. That location is not the Molly's that I remember. And like I said, this is not talking shit about the bar. I hope it continues to do well, but it's just not a place, an establishment that I feel comfortable working at. I love everybody there. They're great people, but they cater to an element that I do not feel comfortable being around, especially on a Friday night when alcohol is involved. I don't drink anymore, so I feel like being in the correct headspace that I am in now, I see the dangers of being out there, especially with all the bullshit that happens there all the time anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I tell everybody it's like a toxic relationship. I had to see it on my own and realize that she won't change. I can't change her.
Yeah.
She's for the streets.
That doesn't mean you're not going to go and occasionally go out there and sing a couple of songs and have a good old time, or are you going to?
And that's true. But I feel like if I'm going to go out, I want to go someplace I feel safe. And granted, this place is right down the street from where I work, but as a lot of the old clientele did, once Molly started getting ghetto, I'm just going to go hang out at Sing Bar. It's a lot farther from where I live, but the vibe at Sing Bar is more close to the vibe that Molly's used to be. And that's what I was trying to bring to the table and let these motherfuckers know, hey, we used to kick Sing Bar's ass in money.
Yep.
We were, and that changed. That changed because they changed the format at Molly's, started catering to all the ghetto people. So everybody that used to go to Molly's now hangs out at Sing Bar. And it's shitty, bro. Like, it's shitty because I know what Molly's could be. If I was there 7 days a week, which I would never fucking do, they couldn't pay me enough money to be there 7 days a week. But if I were there 7 days a week, I guarantee you we'd be kicking Sing Bar's ass every fucking night.
And it
Yeah.
doesn't hurt that Sing Bar is on the really nice side of the South Side versus.
Yeah, but you know what? That doesn't matter because when it was players, it was ghetto as shit.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
Players was ghetto as shit. But we
Yep.
had fun there. It was ghetto, but we had fucking fun. You know what I mean? And so that's the biggest change that's happened in my life. You know, of course, you know about the Apex stuff and
course.
all that. But yeah, man, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all that's been going on with me.
There is one
Other
other
than-
thing that you posted on Facebook recently that I guess you're not talking about, and that is Charlie got locked up, apparently.
Oh yeah. Well,
She got put in preschool
she got in
jail.
preschool prison. Yeah. So now we were cleaning the living room and I had her on the other side of the baby gate and she was just there like shaking the bars and stuff. I was like, "Oh, you look like your big sister." So of course I had to I sent it in the family chat before I fucking posted it on Facebook and Sam was like, "Fuck you." I was like, "Oh, look, she wants to be just like Sam."
So you must be my Uncle Joey. Better get used to these bars, kid. And I know Ben and I are pretty much in the same boat because we are both employees of the government.
Oh, yeah, employees of the government.
So
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
So I'm curious how things are going on. I know you've been doing the diet and you've been losing weight. How much weight have you lost so far?
That diet is called. Which one are you on?
Manjaro.
The diet is called Manjaro, is what that is.
Well, I mean, but
I'm on.
it's not just the shots, though. I mean,
No, but it stops you from
drastic-
eating, though. It
Yeah, I've made
stops you from fucking
drastic-
eating.
Yeah, I've made drastic changes to like what I eat, how frequently I eat. I maintain like, you know, control over like my blood sugar and all that. I'm just like very careful about what I consume now, and you know, it's paid dividends like over and over again. Like I've noticed things that not only my body physically changing, but like things that I thought were like chronic conditions are now starting to go away.
Your sleep apnea will go away.
Yeah, I've been able to get like better sleeps. I've been more flexible. Being able
Yeah, he
to like
has.
I was gonna say, his
damn near
wifey
able
sauce
to-
digging that.
You should see the video I got of him being flexible.
I'm damn near able to freaking touch my toes again. Know what I mean? So it's just what remnants of my gut are left, which are quite a lot. You know,
You know what though?
still.
That's the shitty part, bro, is that you're gonna lose so much weight. It's like me. I've lost so much weight that all the loose skin grosses me the fuck out.
Yeah,
And so that's the downside to losing weight as fast as you do, is that you're gonna have that loose skin regardless. Like, yeah, you could tone it up, but it's still gonna be there
yeah,
Yeah.
unless you get it surgically removed.
And like I had just paid $100+ for this, you know, brand new belt that I got, and because I wanted it also like for when I carry my gun. Know what I mean? I didn't want my belt like flopping, whatever. Like sometimes when you gotta go take a leak, and sometimes the gun will flip over, whatever. But like I said, I paid $100+ for this new belt, and then I'm down to like I had to punch another hole in the belt because I ran out of holes,
Jesus.
and I'm already using that one hole, so now I had to punch another hole. And Sandra's like, "Why don't you just get another belt?" I'm like, "I'm not spending another $100-something on a freaking belt."
Nope. That's why I told you need to spend $14.99 to get your Founders and Seamen leather ratchet comfort click belt, with lock buckle, adjustable trim to fit.
See, I have a belt just like that, but it's got where the buckle is. It's a full. It looks like it's a military buckle, and
Yeah, that's
it just snaps into place. And I paid
Well, this is
$15 at Walmart.
This is the first one that I bought, and I wore this fucking belt down so goddamn much that the buckle, like, ended up breaking because I would wear it during wrestling and stuff. That's the belt. The last time I wore this belt was at No Regrets, I believe.
No regrets.
And it broke for the final time. So I got a new one now that's kind of like the one you're talking about, Chris.
Yeah.
But $15, man, click belt. It's got a ratchet on it. You don't got to fucking worry about poking holes in it, and you can cut it and not fucking worry about it.
It's got a ratchet for ratchet ass people.
They spent $100 on this shit.
Well, it was worth it. This belt is freaking amazing.
Yeah, well, it's not gonna be once you're fucking as small as me.
Um,
And I'm not
Oh,
small. I'm not small. I'm just saying,
Damn.
once you get
But you're
down,
still smaller than me.
And
yeah,
see,
you
it's
get
it's
down to my
funny.
size.
It's funny
It's a
because I know with WrestleMania weekend coming up around the corner, I'm going to indulge in the junk food and have a good old time. But I have already signed up for a membership at Crunch, which is not too far from where I live.
Captain.
And yeah, Captain Crunch, yeah. But they have a pool. And when I was in the Navy, I used to swim. So I want to get back into swimming because swimming is such a great workout anyway.
I saw that poster or that picture you posted where you were in your uniform, and I was all like, "Who the fuck is that?" Like
Who
that.
the fuck is that skinny ass kid?
That
I
was
know. I was
me,
all like, "What
dude.
the fuck happened there?"
Yeah,
I'm gonna be in the
well,
pool and people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, Gojira!"
it's funny because back then I went to the gym twice a day. I went in the morning and then I went after work. And then I
I
got
was gonna
married and
tell you.
stopped caring.
I was gonna tell you, Ben, if you want to start working out, I have a membership at Crunch Fitness, and I can bring somebody with me.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we don't even have to go like balls to the wall. We can go do light cardio and light weights and shit because I need to start going. My doctor told me I just got bumped up in my dosage of Manjaro. So what happens is when you're on a dosage for a long, you will plateau.
Yeah.
You will plateau. Your hunger will start coming back. You'll
What
notice
dosage are you at now?
12.5.
Oh shit, you're at the
Yeah.
I'm still at 7. Like
I have
7.
one left. I have one dosage left to get to the max, but I think I'm gonna be good at 12.5 for a while. Um, but once you get to 15, that's it. You're at the max dosage you can do. So what's gonna happen is you'll notice that your body's plateauing and that you're not losing as much weight as you were before, and your hunger is starting to come. And instead of being like, oh well, I'm not hungry, I don't need to eat, that pain. And that's the thing is I've been on this shit for what, 3 years now, 2 years, something like that. 2 years, I think. And I don't remember what it's like to be hungry. I don't remember what it's like to be fucking starving. Like I have not had a hunger pain in forever. Now I will get cranky because I'm hungry. Like I get hangry.
But you don't realize it's because you're hungry. Like
Yeah.
the other day I was at the store and I just started feeling kind of, I don't want to say lightheaded, but I just started feeling weird, like,
Yeah. Woozy.
yeah. And
Feel a little woozy here.
I'm like, what's going on? And Sandra's like, babe, we haven't eaten since like it was like 6 o'clock in the afternoon and we hadn't eaten since breakfast. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I just wasn't hungry. And so I was like, we should probably go eat. And then after
Yeah.
I ate, I felt better. But I was all like, wow, like this, I didn't realize like it's just straight up just not gonna let you get hungry or eat or anything.
Yeah, and it's great in a sense too, but at the end of the day, you're gonna need to start taking supplements and stuff because your bones are gonna start getting weak because you're not getting, you're not eating 3 times a day. Now, granted, it slows your digestion, so your food stays in your body longer than what. Like today, I've only eaten once today.
Mhm.
I've only eaten once, and I didn't eat breakfast. I ate lunch like stupid late. Realistically, I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry at all. But Mel's gonna cook food here in a little bit, and I'm just gonna eat a little bit.
Ooh,
You
what
know
is
what
she
I mean?
making? What is she making?
I have no idea. I don't know. But there's little things that you will notice, and little things, especially like with your body and when you change dosages and stuff, your body will have to adjust to it. Like I noticed that I started getting more nauseous and stuff when I would go up in my dosages. I noticed that I would start getting nauseous like the next day. So I take my injection on Thursday, or I'm sorry, I do it on Wednesday, and on Thursdays I'm usually a little bit more nauseous and stuff. So like I kind of have to force the food in so that way I know I at least ate something to keep my fucking body going. Because if not, a lot of people run into the issue where they're basically depriving their body of nutrients and shit that they need. So then they create a whole different fucking problem for themselves.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have my supplements there. I haven't been taking them just because I'm all like, there's only so much room in my stomach, and I don't want to fill it up with that. I'd rather just put food in there.
Yeah, well, I mean, and the supplements really aren't gonna fill you up. Like you can still eat the food, and it's just knowing your body and knowing what, because if you overeat, you're gonna fucking throw up. Straight up, you will fucking puke because that whatever so let's say you eat breakfast, right? You eat breakfast, you have a good fucking hearty breakfast because yesterday you didn't eat that well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you skip dinner. Let's say you skip dinner. So you wake up and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna have a good breakfast. You eat a really, really fucking badass breakfast, but you skip lunch. And come dinner time, I'm not stupid hungry, but I'm gonna eat. So you eat and you end up eating more than what you should. You will fucking puke it up because it's just stacking that food on top of
Yeah.
itself.
Well, I know Sandra's been having issues with acid reflux when she eats later than normal.
Is she on it too?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's one thing that we've had to deal with is her, and I've only had acid reflux once during this whole thing, and that was just because we ate like around 7 o'clock at night when I usually like go to sleep around 7:30, 8 o'clock around there. So um, we had to make adjustments around that. It's like okay, after a certain time, we just no matter how hungry we are, we're just not gonna eat.
Yeah. Prilosec will be her best friend for that. And I do have Prilosec in my thing because anytime I eat like Little Caesars now, if I eat Little Caesars or anything with tomatoes in it, even if I eat like a salad that has cherry tomatoes in it or spaghetti or anything, I get fucking acid reflux so bad. But the reason being, your body's, it's slowly digesting all of those acids and everything that are already in the tomatoes or whatever it is that she's eating. All that acidity stays in your fucking system a lot longer than what it actually
Yeah, and then
should.
she eats like jalapenos, like the pickled jalapenos.
Oh yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Like plain and simple, don't eat anything spicy. If you are on one of these, what is it, the GLP-1s or whatever, don't fucking eat spicy food because it stays in your system way fucking longer than what it should for a normal person.
Well, try telling her that.
No, she's your wife.
I do know that myself. There are some nights I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I have really bad acid reflux to the point where I start to choke, and I have to get up and go to the bathroom and eat a couple of Tums.
Oh,
Hi, Mel. Oh, she can't hear me, and neither can Scuba. Did she tell you what she's making?
No, I told her I needed water.
Oh,
Oh, that's another thing. Always make sure you're hydrated.
yeah. Well, she drinks water all the time, and I'm, of course, drinking my mineral water.
I mean, I drink water too out of my official Recycled Corn podcast mug,
As you should.
but it's also an official DJ Zodiac podcast mug as well. So,
I drink string cheese.
you are string cheese.
Yeah, well, shut up.
Now I know this past week has been crazy with all the movie trailers that have been dropping. We haven't gotten the Superman one yet, but we got a sneak peek. And I'm curious, what did you think about it, Scuba? If you've watched it. I don't know if you have yet or not. I'm assuming you have.
Are you talking about the extended?
Yeah.
Extended.
I absolutely fucking loved the scene with Crypto.
Yeah.
I think.
When he's all jumping all over.
Oh.
Yes, dude, and he's
Acting like a
because I
dog.
mean,
Yeah.
it's his dog. Your dog comes up on you and
Doesn't know that you're hurt.
sees you laid out, or yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And then we get to see the robots in action, and I think any true Superman fan, not just a fan of the movies, not just a fan of the fucking cartoons, a true Superman fan is going to appreciate the depth of. Oh, thank you. Bring me my Bucky's.
Where's my water?
Get yourself a wife. Get yourself.
Damn.
A wife. Get
What a
somebody to-
dick. What an asshole. I hope you.
Or a husband. I mean, whichever.
Wow.
No, I mean, we don't
Really?
judge around here.
Really?
We don't judge around the Josh Zodiac
We'll
podcast.
accept you no matter what, dude. I mean, like,
Wow.
it's who you are as a person.
Yeah, man. If you want your butt cheeks clapped by dudes, I mean, it is what it is, bro.
Fuck.
Yeah, see, he's already practicing.
But no, I think that this movie is going to be a treat for a true Superman fan, somebody who's read the comics and somebody who knows all the lore and the mythos that goes into the greatest superhero of all time. Because let's be real, if Superman didn't exist, 90% of superheroes out there would not exist.
He was the first, if I'm not mistaken.
And,
Back in
you know, like,
1938, he was the first.
I did not want to be excited for this movie.
Oh, you're not the
Because
only
I was
one, though.
upset about Cavill. Know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I was all like, fuck this, it's gonna be stupid and all that, like just being bitter, like a bitter freaking ex, you know?
Well, but you know
then
why?
Then I saw the freaking extended sneak peek. Like, fuck, all right, now I want to see.
Yeah.
Like you're saying about the whole dog thing and like all the scenes, and visually it looks stunning.
Yeah,
It does. It matches the color palette
Yes.
that is a Superman comic.
And it matches
It's
the
not
vibe, and
dark.
like you said about the lore and all this crap.
Exactly.
I'm just like, fuck, like, all right, let's see if DC hits it out of the park on this one, because I am finally excited about a DC live action movie, because their animated movies are unbeatable. You know what I mean? Like they're so freaking good. But now it looks like the live action is going to be hitting that mark, and God, I hope they do, because more competition is just better for everybody. And DC, their universe, their whole lore and everything is so like, it's just expansive, you know, and so many things can go on. I'm fine, like, okay, I'm on board. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and even people that are still bitching about Guy Gardner's haircut, like, come on, man, it's comic book accurate.
It's
like,
comic book
fucking
accurate.
great. And I love the fact that we aren't getting an origin story.
Yeah.
We are getting right to the bread and butter. We're going all for it. We're getting the meat and potatoes. There's no, oh, let's go see him in Smallville and see how he was as a kid. We don't need to see that. We know the story of Superman. We know the legends.
We've seen
know
it
how
three.
we got here.
We've seen it 3 fucking times in 2 movies and 1 TV show. We don't need to
Going
see it
back
again.
To the lighting of the film, this is what the Snyderverse was missing.
Yeah.
This right here is what Man of Steel was missing. They tried to make it too dark, and I love those movies so much. Don't get me wrong. I was a Snyder fanboy. I loved those movies. Even Batman versus Superman, I thought was fucking an underrated fucking movie. I love that fucking movie, as cheesy as it is. But, and I was one of those ones that was completely 100% pissed off that they replaced Superman. I was so pissed that Cavill was out and we got this new guy who looked like Cavill, because they look a lot alike, but he's smaller. He's not as built as Cavill is.
It's like Brendan Routh replacing Christopher Reeve. It's almost the same thing. Where Christopher Reeve was a much bigger guy.
Yeah, Reeve was bigger. I mean, and facially, they didn't really look the same. And of course, the suit. Maybe if we would have gotten the suit in the same color palette, we would have, there would have been more of a resemblance. But I even think Brandon Routh did a decent job for what it was for Superman. But there was nothing fantastic about that movie. It was just another Lex Luthor rehash.
Yeah.
How many movies have we gotten where Lex Luthor is the main focus? We get it. But
3,
give me Bizarro. Give me Bizarro. Give me Brainiac. Give me any other Darkseid. Give me any other villain out there. I don't need to Metallo, which I think we're getting in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
so that's gonna be cool to see.
I mean, they gave us Doomsday, but like way too soon, and it looked way too fake.
Way too soon and way too cheesy. And I think the Adventures, or what is it, Lois and Superman, I think they did a way better representation of Doomsday than the film did, but it still wasn't Doomsday. They went Bizarro to Doomsday. You know what I mean? Like, which is okay, cool, whatever. But even I still kind of, they're bringing Ultraman. Ultraman is going to be in this, but he's going to be a Superman clone as opposed to being a version of Superman from another universe.
The Crime Syndicate, yeah.
So hopefully, I'm praying that we find out that was complete fucking bullshit and the Crime Syndicate is real. He just got brought to this universe somehow, some way, by whoever the powers that be are.
Probably Lex.
Which more than likely it'll be Lex, and then he's just trying to take credit for cloning Superman.
Well, then again, too, they have an opportunity. They had an opportunity they could have had where the Holy Trinity, Ben Affleck, Gal Gadot, and Henry Cavill could play the main three from the crime syndicate, bringing the old guard into the new guard. But then we haven't really seen who Ultraman looks like. So
I don't think that would be. Oh, could you imagine if it was Cavill?
Yeah. Oh,
and they just fucking kept it under wraps.
I don't think anybody would be able to keep that secret for long.
No.
That would be no, they wouldn't. But that would be. I mean, but like we said, we haven't gotten anything on Ultraman at all, except a shot of him in a complete like military suit.
Yeah.
So, but I'm excited. I'm excited that it's not Zod. It's not a Kryptonian that we're getting. We're getting new villains. There's big kaijus and shit that we get to see. That's gonna be awesome. And even Hawk Girl. I'm excited to see Hawk Girl. I'm excited to see Mr. Terrific, which is a character I never thought I was gonna see live action.
Well, we saw him in Arrow for a little bit too. There towards.
I'm talking about on the big screen.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Small screen. I don't take any of those characters into account until I see them on the big screen. Now, I am stoked that what the hell was I going to say? You made me lose my train of thought. God damn it. I don't remember what the fuck I was going to say. But I'm stoked for the movie, and I have high hopes, and hopefully this is the rebirth of DC. Oh, that's what I was going to say. And I love that if you're watching Doom Patrol, I don't know if you've seen Doom Patrol.
Not yet, no.
Oh my God. Anything that happens in Doom Patrol is 100% canon to the DC universe. And that's what I love that DC is doing, is that now the animated properties that they are coming out with are part of that extended universe.
Yeah.
So anything that happens in those cartoons happens in the real universe as well. So there is chances that we could see crossovers all the way around from animated to big screen, and then vice versa from big screen to animated with the characters. So I'm stoked for that. I'm stoked because I feel like that's where Marvel's lacking. Marvel came out with Into the Spider-Verse, great fucking movie. But how does it cross over to what we know in the MCU? You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I'm curious how Nathan Fillion's gonna play out as the Guy Gardner Green Lantern. I'm curious how that's gonna play out because Nathan Fillion always plays a nice guy. So it's gonna be weird him playing a douchebag because Guy Gardner is
kind of douchey in Serenity.
No, I'm talking about Guy Gardner, not Nathan Fillion. Just normally he plays a pretty decent dude in all of his roles, and then for him to play a complete and total douchebag, that nobody likes, including Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, they're like, fuck him. He's not joining the Justice League. Fuck that guy. So I'm just curious how it's gonna play out.
But he's such a good actor, though. Like I think he's gonna nail the heart of the character, and I mean you can already tell like when he was walking past that the glass doors and he shoots his ring out, whatever, like just the swagger and the kind of attitude and everything is like I'm seeing Guy Gardner.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, who are your thoughts on who they should cast as live action Batman?
There have been a couple of names that have been thrown out already. The most recent one that I saw, and I cannot think of his name, the guy from Supernatural. What the fuck's his name?
Jensen Ackles?
That's the guy. He's the one that's been thrown out the most. The guy who plays Reacher, that really big motherfucker,
Alan Richmond.
Yeah, that guy.
I think he could potentially be a great Batman, and he's actually my top choice for Batman. He's a great actor. The first time I ever saw him in anything was when I started watching Blue Mountain State.
Yeah.
So it's really weird seeing him in that Reacher role because I'm so used to seeing him as fucking Thad Castle, you know what I mean? But he's such a great fucking athlete and actor, and his build, I think, is actually fucking perfect for Batman.
Yeah.
Just like Batfleck. Batfleck had the fucking, that for me, all intents and purposes, for a live action Batman, Batfleck is the best Batman that we've gotten.
Well, agree to disagree. I think Adam West is the best Batman, but
Oh dear God, no.
just
No, Pete Holmes, dude.
Oh, Pino.
Where are the other drugs going? But no, I mean, I think Alan Richmond is gonna, if he does it, would be a great choice.
Well,
Um,
I just feel like if they're gonna have to pay him a lot of money, especially because I think they just started filming the next season of Reacher.
yeah,
But
it's true.
I mean, they could potentially go with a nobody.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Which I'm okay with too. Give us somebody that we've never seen before, a new actor. Give
Somebody we
somebody the
can get behind.
chance to take that role. And I'm just glad that it's not gonna be what's his
Robert
face?
Pattinson.
Robert Pattinson.
Well,
Don't get me wrong. I thought he was a good Batman. He's in my top 3. But that world isn't the world that we're getting with Superman.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So it needs to be somebody that's going to fit in that world. Now, granted, there needs to be a drastic difference between Metropolis and Gotham.
oh yeah, big time.
You know what I mean? So it could have worked, but I just don't like that universe's Joker. I don't like the scarring on him and the fucking way the weird I don't know. And honestly, if they're gonna cast a new Joker, there's only one person I want to see as Joker. And that's David Howard Thornton from Terrifier.
Oh yeah,
What's the name? What was the name in Terrifier?
Art the Clown.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, don't make that face. You make that face.
who me?
Yes, you went.
I don't even know. I have yet to watch those movies, so
Okay.
I have
So
no
he doesn't
opinion on
talk
it.
those entire movies at all, but his body language is it's great. But when he was in, I don't remember if it was in college or something, and you can find the videos on YouTube. He does the Killing Joke monologue.
Oh, you showed us that when we did that. Yeah, you showed us that. Yeah, I
that's
remember
right.
that.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's
But,
right, bro.
but weren't you the one who said like there's only like a few versions of the Joker and most of them are like people doing an impression of Hamill doing the Joker?
Yeah, but I feel like his version, while it is very, very Hamill-esque, that's what we need. That's what we need. That is prime Joker right there. And if you can embody that in a live action role and still have the voice, that's fucking perfect. The laugh for the Joker has to be iconic, and that is something that we have not gotten in live action. Jack was great. Heath was great, but the laugh was not there. And I don't put Suicide Squad Joker in there
Oh god,
because
no.
he didn't really laugh. And I'm not taking anything away from his role. You know what I mean? Because I enjoyed the Suicide Squad when it came out. Yeah, it's a shitty movie, but it's a fun popcorn movie, and that's what I liked about it. I even liked the dynamic between Harley and Joker. It was great, but I didn't need all the tattoos and all
Yeah.
that. None of that ever came to fruition. And I think if we ever got the Ayer cut of that film, it would be a way better film than what we got on screen.
Did you ever watch the Bat in the Sun series on
Oh yeah,
YouTube?
yeah,
The guy who plays the Joker in that one?
yeah,
Aaron Shunky or Shunker.
yeah.
or
He'd be
whatever his
good.
name is.
He'd be good too.
And see, it's funny you talk about the laugh. I saw an interview that Mark Hamill did back in the '90s when he was reading comics about the Joker. And all he would see is the Joker that was like ha 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 ha. Like, well, how is it supposed to sound? So Hamill took it upon himself to make the laugh, depending on the situation, to make it very unique, and that pretty much set the bar.
Do you
for-
know who do you know who the original voice actor for the Joker was?
Oh God, I know the answer to this question. I just can't think of his freaking name.
Because it wasn't
know.
Mark Hamill.
No, it wasn't Mark Hamill. He was the second choice.
It was not even that. He wasn't the second choice. He was the second actor to play the Joker in Batman the Animated Series, because the first person actually did put out episodes, and then they replaced him with Mark Hamill.
I can't remember who the fuck it was.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry.
Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
Because he did Pennywise in it, so he'd already played a
He was
clown.
the devil in Legend.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was. He wasn't the devil. He was the Lord of Darkness.
Same thing.
No, Lord Raven is the Lord of Darkness.
This looks like a job for Superman.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does.
Now,
No, I'm excited, and I think we're all excited for it more than what we thought we would be.
yeah,
Um,
agreed.
And it's something from our childhood, from a lot of people's childhood, because like you said, Superman debuted in the 30s, and so it's a lot of people's childhoods, and it's been a part of a lot of people's lives, and I think it's going to be great.
And that entire month of July is going to be, because we've got Jurassic, whatever the fuck. I don't
Oh,
care.
fuck off, that's going to be great.
Nah,
That
I hate
no,
Jurassic Park. I hate those
I
fucking
don't give a
movies.
shit if you hate it or not. They are going to change those movies for the better, and it's going to be go from this awesome kid adventure movie to a fucking horror film, and I am all for it. It's going to be a horror action film, and I am fucking for it.
But that being said, you're also getting Superman July 11th, but like a week or two later, we're also getting the new Fantastic Four movie that I'm super hyped for. And with them announcing all the names that are going to be in Doom, which I have a feeling that this movie is not going to be called Doomsday. It's going to be Avengers versus X-Men is going to be the title of this movie.
Well, I mean, yeah, with the way that they fucking released the cast, there's half X-Men, half fucking
Yep. Oh, yeah.
half Avengers. So, but there is one very important X-Men missing.
Wolverine.
Where the fuck is Wolverine?
He's with the TVA.
But he's not.
Well, he
He's
was
not. He's
helping.
in Deadpool's universe. So, but they've already said that Deadpool and Wolverine will not be in Avengers Doomsday. Which
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
fine, but they still haven't. I don't think they're done announcing people
Oh, no, not yeah.
because we didn't get a Jean Grey.
Nope.
We didn't get a Colossus. We didn't get we got Beast. Yeah, Beast.
We didn't get Kitty Pryde.
We didn't get a Kitty Pryde. We didn't get a Jubilee. We didn't get
Well, to be fair, Kitty Pryde is now Boy Pride.
Yep.
So,
well,
yeah, whatever.
we didn't get a Rogue.
No.
So, I mean, there's a lot of character, but I hope that this is their way of giving the Fox universe, which I mean, we don't need them to give the Fox universe a goodbye because they already did that in Deadpool and Wolverine. So I don't know where the fuck they're going with this movie. As far as Fantastic Four, I love the design. I love the look. I love the look of the Thing. He looks absolutely amazing, comic accurate.
Yeah.
But there is one thing missing in the trailers that we have yet to see.
And that would be?
Reed Richards using his powers. We get clips of everybody else using their powers, but Reed Richards.
Huh. Interesting. I hadn't thought about that. Maybe he's a clone. No.
No, I think what's going to happen is Galactus is going to destroy that version of Earth,
Yep.
and through a wormhole, they're going to end up on our Earth.
Yeah. Because
Why are you laughing, Ben?
No, Tommy posted something.
and it's funny because in the trailer you see, because I think Sue Storm is pregnant in this movie. With
Oh yeah, she is.
She's pregnant.
100% pregnant.
and that's
yeah.
why Galactus is there. It's like, I want give me your baby, and I'm gonna do what I got to do, and they're gonna be like, fuck you.
Franklin Richard, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And once Franklin Richards is in the MCU,
Oh, it's over.
boy, oh boy, he is
Anything's
the
possible.
most. He is one of the most powerful characters to ever live, and he's a mutant.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's basically like a living Infinity Gauntlet. He just
Mhm.
doesn't need the stones.
Yep. Now,
Like
what do
he's
you?
actually above the Infinity Gauntlet because in the comic books he went into what was it the Forge of something whatever, and was like remaking universes
Yeah.
and populating them with his powers and all this stuff, and so he was able to create multiple universes with his powers, and that is fucking wild.
Now there is a theory that 616 is not the main timeline.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, isn't that where Mysterio came from in that Spider-Man movie?
no,
That's
no,
what
he
he.
came.
That's what he said.
Oh, that's right. He wouldn't really. Duh. Fuck. Duh.
No, no, he said that he was from a different one, but the one that they're in the MCU is the
Is
616.
616.
That's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
So there's a theory going around that 616 is not the main timeline. The main timeline is Earth 1999999 or something like that. The Miguel in Into the Spider-Verse mentions it or whatever when he's like, "Don't get me started on the Peter and Strange from Earth 1999999 or whatever the fuck he says." So there's theories that that is the main timeline, and everything that we've seen this far is not what's going on in the actual main timeline, and that's how they're going to explain
Yeah.
X-Men and Avengers and everybody living all in the same world, and it'll happen after we get Battle World.
Yeah. Of course.
They need to bring back what's his name, Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man,
I think they've already been talking about that.
to do his own like series of movies again.
Yeah, he needs his Spider-Man 3, man. He needs his Spider-Man 3. Toby
Yep.
needs his Spider-Man 4, and I think now is the perfect time to give us those movies, which I doubt they'll ever happen, but now is the perfect time for it because fans want to see that shit.
What did y'all watch Craven?
No.
Wait,
No.
no, no.
I didn't watch Craven. I didn't watch Madam Web. The only one that I've ever watched, I watched Morbius and the Venom movies, and that was it.
I haven't
While
watched
the
any
Venom
of them.
movies were fun. The Venom movies were fun, but it's not Venom.
Yeah.
that wasn't Venom.
That's not Venom. You get just like Ben. I'm gonna agree with you here. You can't have Joker without the Batman. You can't have You can't have Venom without Spider-Man.
True. That's why I won't watch them.
Thank you. I feel seen right now. I think feel validated.
No. But watch the Venom movies, dude. They're fun. They're actually fun fucking movies.
No, I watched all the
they're
Venom
really
movies.
good. Yeah.
I watched Craven just because I saw a few clips of it, and I'm all like, you know what? Maybe I can suspend disbelief for a little bit and actually see this movie, and kind of just give it a chance. And don't get me wrong, it was not a great movie, but it was a fun watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a popcorn flick. It's a
Yeah,
popcorn movie.
exactly. And I was all like, where have I seen this dude before? And I was racking my brain. I
It's
was watching
Quicksilver.
Sandra.
He's fucking Quicksilver.
Well,
And
besides that, I was all like,
He was
dude, this is
kick-ass.
the guy from
Kick-ass.
Godzilla 2014.
Yeah.
that too. Yeah.
That's how I know him because I'm such a huge Godzilla nerd, whatever. So I'm like, that's the dude from Godzilla. And then Sandra's like, remember from Age of Ultron and all that. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that's right, that's him too. So, but yeah, but that was funny. Like I said, I'm watching the movie the whole time, just racking my brain, like, who is this dude? And just to find out, like, oh yeah, he's already played other characters before that I know. So
I just think Marvel needs to get the rights back to Spider-Man already.
yeah,
Sony
Well-
doesn't know what they're doing.
Well, they've been
unless-
talking about how their Madam Web was just so horrible that they're talking about possibly selling the rights back because obviously Sony can't do anything with it.
Well, it's not that, man. It's that I think the people that are working on these films, they're not comic book fans, man.
Yeah.
And that's what it's lacking is you can't make a film with so much source material and just completely be like, you know what? We don't need that. We're just gonna make it our own. Instead of making her this old mystical lady that, guides Spider-Man, let's make her this young, woman living in New York or wherever the fuck. I didn't watch it, so I don't fucking know. But and then they fucked with us in the trailer, showing us the girls in their spider suits, which looked fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like the girls looked awesome in their fucking spider suits, but you see it for like 10 seconds.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they had
And-
Sydney Sweeney in there, and they didn't even have a new.
Wow. Sydney Sweeney, mommy. But I feel like they need to recast her as fucking
Black Cat?
Black Cat. Oh yeah, baby. Oh.
They're talking about getting Sadie Sink to do Mary Jane.
There's a lot on the plate for this.
We already have a Mary Jane though.
Yeah, but they're talking about the redhead Mary Jane, like the real one.
I don't think they'll do that because we already have an MJ. And she is MJ.
No.
She's already Mary Jane Watson.
If they're smart, they'll introduce a Gwen Stacy.
Yep.
That's what they're gonna have to
Gwen
do.
Stacy. Yep.
Just because
Give me Gwen Stacy. Give me Felicia Harding. Give me any other love interest that Peter has, and just kind of go that route.
or they could do their own thing and just go with the Felicia Harding and the Black Cat because they always had that back and forth thing going on. So
True.
And you know, we never saw. While we did see Peter in Avengers Endgame, or in the Avengers movies, you know, Infinity War and Endgame, we've never seen him appear in any other Marvel property other than Avengers stuff. So like we saw him in Civil War was the first time we saw him, which was really cool. So we know that Spider-Man exists in this universe. Now, hear me out. What if what we see in his solo films, while yes, they do have bits and pieces from what occurred in the Avengers films, who's to say it's not a completely different timeline
True.
that has similar things occur in that? So the Spider-Man that we saw in Avengers isn't the Peter Parker that we saw in Homecoming or Far From Home. And the Doctor Strange that helped him in in Multiverse of Madness or whatever. It's completely different. It's completely different. You know, because or the Spider-Man that we saw in Multiverse of Madness is the actual timelines Spider-Man, and similar things occurred like in Far From Home and Homecoming and all that. Or not Multiverse of Madness. What the fuck was the one with Doctor Strange? No Way Home. No Way Home. Multiverse of Madness was with America Chavez.
yeah.
But there's so many different ways that they can go about it. So, yeah. And I went way past time.
Well, you did say 30 minutes, and I wasn't going to shut y'all up because y'all were talking and we're making good points. So I was like, let them fucking talk. Fuck it. But, you know, again, like I said at the very beginning, it's been a minute since we've all gotten together. I mean, I see Scuba once every 2 weeks to do commentary, but haven't had Mr. Ben on the show in a while. So, you know.
I've been busy doing the family thing, and then my buddy's been coming over past couple of weeks to record a podcast.
He's trying to replace me.
Scuba has been busy, and every time I ask him, he's all like, ugh.
He's trying to replace
Well,
me.
you know, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If you need a guest, I'll never say no.
I know.
He's
I'll
like that
make
whore on
time.
leopard. He'll never say no.
Damn. Fucking asshole. But you know what? On that roast note there, we will end this episodic adventure, borrowing a line from Mr. Ben there. I know I owe you some money now. That's okay. Ben, you want to promote your socials real quick?
Check out Recycle Corn. Like, subscribe, do all this stuff. Leave us comments. My birthday's coming up in May, so you know.
And emails too. You want emails for a Q&A episode, don't you?
Yeah, recyclecornpod@gmail.com.
There you go.
And like I said, like, subscribe, do all the stuffs.
Okay, now let me get comfortable because I know Scuba's got a whole line of shit he's about to say. So, Mr. Scuba, any socials you want to promote?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I'm your host with the Ghost Prince of Paranormal, the Duke of the Dead, the Dean of the Deceased, the Ghost Daddy himself, Lord Scuba Cabra. And if you want to find me on TikTok, you can look me up at Lord_Scuba Cabra. Also on Instagram, Lord_Scuba Cabra. And on Facebook, I'm Lord Steven Scuba Steve Vasquez.
Wishing this was a video because I'm just sitting there making fun of you the whole fucking time.
No, and if I'm gonna get some new episodes out of Somewhat Supernatural. So if you guys have any stories that you guys want to send in to Somewhat Supernatural, I will read them during the podcast. You can email me at somewhatsupernatural@gmail.com. Also, if you have any paranormal investigations that you say your house is haunted and you need your house investigated, guess what? Email me at somewhatsupernatural.com. I'll show up at your doorstep, give you a preliminary investigation, and we can schedule something to where I can try to find out if your house is indeed haunted or not, and give you some peace of mind.
Yeah. Do you want to promote Apex as well?
Yeah, if you're a wrestling fan, go to YouTube, go to Facebook, type in Apex Championship Wrestling. We got some shows out already on the YouTube page. Chris and I do commentary on there.
Who's this Chris person you speak? I don't know who that is.
Josh Zodiac.
There you go. Yeah.
Does commentary on there with me. I am Dick Biggums. Big Dick Biggums.
The biggest dick in the business.
Damn right. But yeah, so if you guys like wrestling or whatever, we write, I think we write pretty cool shit for the show. So
and
working on some cool things coming up. And yeah, so stay tuned. If you like wrestling, if you like the paranormal, follow me.
And also we have the horoscope on there, which is now a bi-weekly show, not bisexual show like Scuba is.
I have a hot wife. Fuck off.
Doesn't mean you can't be bi.
I'm good. I'm good with what I have.
You want to see homeboys naked? That's okay with me. I'm okay with that.
Don't be projecting your shit on me, brother.
Whatever. It's all gravy. And again, I am your humble host, the Josh Zodiac. This was the Josh Zodiac podcast. I hope you'll join us in our next episode. We'll be talking about doing a live stream for WrestleMania weekend. There'll be more information on that as we get closer to that show. But until then, for Ben DeLeon, Scuba Steve, this is the Josh Zodiac. This is the Josh Zodiac podcast. I want to thank you for being here. And until next time, on your left.
Zodiac has a small penis.
It's the Josh Zodiac podcast.
What did you say? What'd you say to me? No, right there. What'd you say to me? You know what? You just made the list. Brace face in row 12 is now on the list. I'll put you all on the